I'm back, and I'm back on Assetto Corsa. So I joined a room where we'll be driving around the Highlands circuit, which is one heck of a challenge to drive around, so we'll see how good I do. I didn't mean to hit that button. But I got a Nissan GTR, so this thing's pretty amazing. So it should be able to tackle pretty much anything. I also like the visibility out of the front's really nice as well. This car is... I did a review on it way earlier on, but I still think it's a brilliant car. The way it puts power down is just like nothing else, really. But as I also said before, this car does kind of need a replacement. I readjusted my ABS vibration and my Club Sport pedals. Not to kind of change the subject here, but I did change the vibration a little bit. Make it come on a little sooner, and I think it's making it brake a little easier. I can tell kind of right when the ABS sort of kicks in. I might readjust it for this car, to get a better idea, but... So far, I love these pedals. These are awesome. In case you're wondering, I'm using a Thrustmaster T300 RS with this. I'm using the CPX adapter, which works really well, by the way. I should come up with a review on that sometime. I can even show you my force feedback settings. See, is that the... I think that's the twin-turbo Gallardo, or the turbocharged one, at least. It's the Stage 3, oh gosh. Doing a bit of an endo there. Back off. I'm so sorry. The game's really laggy. I couldn't tell where he was. Who was driving that? Just want to make sure. That was a Stage 3. It's mid-G. I'm really sorry about that. The game was kind of laggy. I did not mean to do that. I should have just stopped, actually. I did not mean to run into him. Double footing it, maybe. Make it a little easier for me to point the car in the direction I want it to go. Look at that, just four-wheel drifts off that corner. I love it. This car is truly awesome. And does not feel like it weighs 1,700 kilos or 3,400 pounds or whatever it translates to in pounds. Oh gosh. That was bad. That was my fault. Not the cars. Oh gosh. That was just a decreasing radius and I kind of messed that up. Alright. The car is truly brilliant. I know GTR is using a Porsche 911 GT3 RS, which I've done a test between this and that car, and they're really, really close in speed. I even did a race with Victor. I don't know if you know who that is. And they were very close as well. He was even using the controller, and he was using the Nissan GTR. It's a very easy car to drive, which is pretty impressive. It's impressively easy to drive. Like, it's one of the easier cars to drive in the game. And this game's not even that hard, actually. It's realistic, I think, but, it's not like it's real easy to crash or anything. Like, I mean, it's like a real car, you don't crash it every day. wish I could say the same about project cars. Although I do admit, in the last video I didn't get too much. I did get a little bit of hate, I think, because I did bash project cars maybe a little more. Oops. A little more than some people probably wanted. I think I've upsetted some project cars fans. And I will say this for you guys. I've been looking at project cars too, and it's going to be a lot better. It's truly going to be a lot better. I've been looking into that a lot more. Here. Let me go around. You got an FXXK Ferrari. It's going to be a lot better. The graphics look amazing, which they always have on the game, but more importantly, the sounds have been better. They look better in the game. The physics, I've got a feeling that they're going to be better. Actually, I know they're going to be better because after looking at some reviews and whatnot, they said the force feedback's improved. The cars all feel really good. It doesn't seem like great. Oh, that was good. I threaded the needle there a bit. That was threading the needle. I'm kind of confused whether this is just some lobby where people want to screw around or if this is actually like a legit... People actually want to legitimately drive fast. I don't know. Car road. That's the only like tire I can put on the car. This Nissan GTR is quite a car. No wonder they call it Godzilla. You know, I think about it now. I was watching the latest Motor Trend Ignition video that kind of goes through different generations of Nissan GTR, and I think the first car that was called Godzilla was the R32. Or, yeah, it's the R32. It was called that. And that was... The specific GT car that, like, won its race was actually on Gran Turismo 6, I remember. It was quite a car. It had, like, over 600 horsepower, the race version. This car tops out at 198. I don't have a 7th gear in this car, like I do, like, a McLaren P1 or a Ferrari 458 or a LaFerrari or any of those. This car does 193 in real life, so it's not too far off. I was going down a hill, too. This car's pretty dang good. I think I can go flat through this corner as well. Oh, easy. That was no problem at all. That was 170 miles an hour, too. Oh, I'm so getting this. I'm so stuffing that. Must not be any damage. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm lucky there's no damage because... I need to drive this track more. I don't drive it very much because it's such a hard track. But in this car, it's actually surprisingly easy. The irony is GTR, one of my online friends, by the way, you should subscribe to his channel too, is driving the Porsche, and I'm driving a Nissan GTR. The irony of it. Oh, he was telling me he really likes the Nissan GTR. He actually made the GT Academy, but not quite the final where they go to like Silverstone and whatnot. I had a handbrake. Oh, that is him behind me, speaking of which. Might as well just, I should probably let him pass me. I'm gonna go wide. Go around me. See if I can catch up with him. I haven't driven this road very much, and it's real bumpy. But I have all-wheel drive. Although that Porsche, I've driven that before. It drives like it is all-wheel drive. I mean, that car's rear drive, but with the four-wheel steering and everything, that thing has as much grip off of corners as an all-wheel drive car easily. Actually, this has more oversteer, this Nissan GTR. than that Porsche, which is pretty ironic. But this is a kind of fun type of drift. It drifts like no other vehicle I've driven. It drifts like a rally car on dirt, even on pavement. It's like a four-wheel drift. I don't know, he's doing a drift. I found that car pretty hard to drift. Not purposeful drift, but... He's holding some grip. I can keep up with him now. And he's a good driver too. This Nissan is what's keeping me on the road. It's not me. It's not my driving at all. Floor it. Wow, it's interesting how the front end, you get on the throttle, it almost reverses centrifugal force. It pulls the car in when you get on the throttle. It's pretty crazy. There's nothing like it, man. On the straightaways, I don't have a chance. Or maybe I do. I have 100 more horsepower. But I also have more... I don't know. This should be interesting. He's kind of pulling away from me a little bit. Maybe I'll catch back up. I do have more horsepower. I have 100 more horsepower. But I think I have a lot more weight, too, so that doesn't help. 198 is where I'm topping out. Oh, I'd like to ask him what he's topping out at. I'd be kind of curious to see. Ah, crap, I saw that coming again. No, I don't want to be in the road. Okay, come on. Well, I guess that puts me out of the race. 4 people now. Awesome. This is what I want to see. Racing. Oh, that F40 doesn't have a chance. I love that F40, but it's rear-wheel drive. It has as much oversteer as heck, and it has no ABS. Well, actually, right now it does, because they have the ABS turned on for this room, but in real life the car does not have ABS, so... Oh, don't hit him. Oh, there goes the wall. I'm tagging the wall. It's a cobblestone road, man. I like the effects, but man, is it tricky to drive. I tried driving it on the cobblestone road with the grip turned on to the track grip turned on to dusty or whatnot. It's whatever it's called. And you probably might remember that from one of the live streams I did. And the car just had no front turn-in grip whatsoever. And that was in a BMW M4, so it was a pretty good handling car. It wasn't like a bad handling car or anything. Reversing centrifugal force again. This car does break the laws of physics, I swear. It's amazing as the car. It goes through corners faster than you physically... Oh, crap. That was me again. I'm misjudging crap here. I don't know this track very well. Breaking the laws of physics. Alright, come on, keep her on the road. I'm still on the road. Woo! Oh, it's so much fun to drift. It drifts like nothing else. It's like, in most cars you drift the thing and it you drift the car and it like costs you a lot of time. It's like not the fastest way around the track. This car, if you drift it, it kind of does a four-wheel drift. You know, you don't lose too much momentum, or you don't lose too much speed, really. If anything, it's faster. Oh, crap. I hate decreasing radius corners, especially on tracks I don't know. At least I don't do damage on, because I'm terrible at this track. If I can catch back up to GTR. Not the GTR, because I'm driving the GTR. GTR as in the person. I can see how that could be pretty easy to get mixed up. Had a little more gear, especially going down the hill. I could easily do over 200. The thing is, it goes around these corners real easily. Like in the McLaren P1, I was topping it out, and it would barely want to go around. This car's still very stable, and I mean, yeah, I'm going slower, but this car is also a heck of a lot less money. I can make a pass. Ooh, no, I'm gonna brake. I'm gonna brake because this was a real risky turn. Come on, come on. Oh crap! No, 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 no. Ah, not that corner again. There's no brake markers there. They need to put some sort of brake marker there because they have brake markers here. I guess I'll put the 100. Try to see. Yep, it'll make it around. Maybe. Gosh, this track is really tricky. The GTR still drives around it like it's made for this track. Like, in any other car, if I was driving at this track, in any other car, by the way, I'd just be in the wall. Well, I still am, but not as much. This car is truly amazing. And it does not feel like a heavy car, as I said. It really, truly does feel light. And it feels, yeah. The other cool thing about this car is, yeah, it'll perform as good, if not better, than a Ferrari 458 at a racetrack. It'll cost a fraction of the price, and it will still carry 4 people, too. I have some comments, and I do apologize that I'm not looking at them right now because I don't really have a way to do it right now. There's a way to do it on your PlayStation, and I'm not exactly sure how to do it, so I do apologize that I'm not reading what you have to say. I just don't have my computer out right now, which is usually what I used to look at comments on. But right now, I'm just focusing on driving. I'm really sorry. Ooh, fun little drift there, too. And I'm in the wall again. That bounced off the wall a little more than I wanted it to. This track is really tricky. I'm not a big fan of it, honestly. That's why I don't do it that much, but I need to get practice at it. I'm glad the damage is turned off so I can get a good shot at having some good practice at this track. Yeah, if I do an early apex here, yeah, it widens out a little bit. No, it gets tighter. It kind of tightens and widens out and then gets tighter again. Gotta remember that. This is one tricky track. I just need to get practice on it, honestly. For me right now, this is trickier than the Nürburgring. Easily trickier than the Nürburgring. Because I don't know. Come on, stick. There we go. This car has a lot of stick. Actually, I just need to work on my driving skills more than anything. And the sound, people complain about the sound on this car. I personally don't think it's that bad. I mean, it doesn't sound as good as a good old V8 or a V12. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't, but it doesn't sound horrible. I mean, on the game. In real life, I have no idea. But I personally don't think it sounds that bad. it's always kind of cool to hear a turbocharged V6. The kind of drone it makes. I kind of like that sound. I know it's not. I don't like it as much as I do like a low displacement V8 or any sort of displacement in V12s. Especially a small displacement in V12 sounds cool. Like, but it's not an awful sound. There's certainly something cool and amusing about it to me. And of course, it's all opinion. I know you can have your own opinion on that. I personally, my favorite sounds are from like really, oops, crap. Again, I messed this up. I need to figure that. I need to like actually think about it. Come on. As I was saying, I really like small displacement V12s. They're not very common. I mean, in older Ferraris, there's a lot of small displacement V12s. And I remember in the Ferrari 333 SP, that was a really cool car. That car sounds amazing. And again, that car's gonna be on Project Cars 2, and that makes me that much more pumped for that game, because that car, I've never had a game with that car on it. The only game I've ever played is Forza Motorsport 3 that I ever used that car in, and it was even amazing then. I do apologize, I'm really crap at driving this course. There's the ABS. Look how you can four-wheel drift it and just chuck it into these corners. There's no grip on this cobblestone road whatsoever. Even from this spectacular all-wheel drive system. The only car, the all-wheel drive system that I think works better than this is in the Porsche 918. Because that car will really let you step the rear end out if you want to. But this actually have a little bit more of a sense of safety. It feels a little more stable in the rear than the Porsche 918 does. And there is something a little bit more fun about it. It has a little more grip. It does more of a four-wheel drift and not a drift like a rear-wheel drive car would. That makes it kind of fun, actually. As I said before, in these corners, the car performs amazingly. It's like, this is a really tricky section of track because you have to do it flat out. And this car still goes right through it with flying colors. It's unbelievable. And I will not stop droning on about how good this car is, because it really, truly is a good car. And I'm really pumped to see what kind of replacement Nissan has for the R35. What is the R36 going to be like? I mean, going back to that Motor Trend video, they said it was based on the pattern that it's not going to be a while yet until we see an R36 GTR, but when it does come out, it's going to be insane. It's going to whoop everything that's going to go up against. If I brake where that slow sign is, how well do I go into this corner? Oh wow. Light years better. I'm really sorry that I'm not responding to your comments. I don't have my computer out. I don't know how to... 5 comments. I'm really sorry. As I've said before, if you want me to stop and get my computer, I can do that, but... Why don't I finish this lap first? I can get my computer. And I do apologize if there is a little delay in the video. That will be me getting my computer by the end of this lap, so I can look at some of these comments. Because I'm not really sure how to do... And I've heard there is a way to access it from PlayStation. I gotta look that up. That's still something I gotta look up. And a little wall tap there. Alright, I said I would. I will. I will be right back. Hang tight. Alright, well, I've looked at the comments. Somebody was just wondering if it was online. I'm really sorry I didn't get to you very quickly, but they were on PC, so... I'm really sorry about that. It'd be cool to... Well, get back to driving. Let's see what some of the lap times are. Well... I'm at 4 minutes, .8, which puts me 7 seconds slower. GTR driving the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. So we got 9 comments. Oh, cool. So this person's saying they race go-karts as well. Did you see my kart racing video? I mean, I assume you did, then. I mean, living in Pennsylvania, I only do oval track kart racing. The only road course is in Pittsburgh. But it's still a lot of fun. Oval track at race that, it's pretty tight oval, so you still have to use the brakes and everything. Well, we're out for a second shot now. Oh yeah, I guess he hasn't seen it. Well, I've had some pretty good kart races. The video I have was kind of, the kart race I did was kind of, it was the first time out and I was kind of taking it a bit easy, but, oh, a little wall tap there. I'm glad we don't have any damage on. Oh, back to what I was saying. I only have one kart race uploaded. I've had a lot of uploading issues, and let's say I left my GoPro in Canada, so now I can't record any videos, but there was one race that had 2 million yellow lights because people were taking each other out, and there was another, and I had a race where I had engine problems, so I haven't really had any other good videos yet, but I have had a couple other good races. Zonda R sounds amazing. I know, I keep going on. I do wish people would sit in the middle of the road. But I understand this is kind of a little bit informal. Oh gosh. Sorry, laggy again. Oh my gosh. They had 3 red flags in one race. Oh my. Wonder how long the races are. I mean, where I race, the race is only like 15 laps, which, considering the laps only last 15 seconds, that's 225 seconds, I guess. So, they're really not that long. When you consider, you know, sometimes there's yellows and whatnot. Sometimes the races do last a long time if you have a bunch of yellows, but they don't usually last all that long, not more than 10 minutes. I do wish I could do some longer races. They have some special races that are longer. Hmm, 34 seconds. So it's probably a road, I'm gonna imagine it's a road course. I have been to Pittsburgh's kart track. That was a fun kart track. Although, I rented a cart there, and that was when I was a lot younger, so I was using the tiny little kid carts. They didn't have that much power. I want to go back to Pittsburgh again, because they have a nice track there. Some laps last about a minute or so, I think. Around Pittsburgh. So, out for another attempt. And again, I'm not really trying to go, you know, like, I could probably go faster if I just shut up, but I think the video is more interesting if I'm, you know, saying things. rather than just me driving. Although, sometimes I do like to record some good races. This is kind of just messing around a bit. I mean, I see people are kind of in the middle of the racetrack. Oh, there's GTR. I'm going to stop. Maybe he will want to race. See if I can catch up to him. I was able to keep pace with him for a little bit. He's a dang good driver, though. He says he wants to be a professional race car driver. And if he's even close to as good in real life as he is when they came, he could sure do it. Oh, my earbud fell out. Don't really need it, but it helps keep the mic where I need it. I wonder if he's adjusting the setup. I'm just using a stock setup. I don't really. Oh my, this has really attracted a lot of people. Let's see what kind of cars there are, because I know there's a bunch of different types of cars. Anything from a Lotus 98T. There's no way I'm beating a Lotus 98T. I mean, so far I have, but I'm sure that they're not. Alright. Oh, great. That didn't last very long, did it? The other thing I really can't wait for in this game is the Race Ready pack. That's one thing that's really going to be fun. It came out on the PC like 2 months ago. I don't know why they haven't brought it to the console yet. I mean, I understand you gotta like... It takes a while to copy everything and whatnot, but... I'm so anxious for that to come to the console, because if the P1 GTR, I definitely want to do a review on that. The McLaren 570 is a cool car as well. I like the 570. It actually got Motor Trend's Best Driver's Car. I don't remember, I think it might have been 2016. It was 2016. And it had some pretty tough competition. Like the new Mustang GT350R is a really cool car as well. And I never thought I'd say that about a Mustang, but it is a really cool car, the new GT350R. The amazing thing is, it's as fast around a track as a Ferrari 458, which I never thought in my entire life that a Mustang would be as fast as a Ferrari 458. Now that Ford has got a good handling car with a good engine, because he uses a flat plane crank now like a lot of European cars that revs as high as most Ferraris. Now they need to put a dual clutch transmission in it. They're just getting to that kind of thing. A lot of American car companies still haven't done that yet. And I understand a traditional stick is a lot more fun to drive, but in terms of lap times, like, there's nothing that'll beat a dual clutch. I mean, you have to be really good at driving a stick, and even if you are, like a professional, you're still, even in a normal auto, Randy Pobst was faster. If you've ever seen, like, the Racing Line channel, or the Racing Line series on the Motor Trend channel, Randy Pobst actually did a test, but this was only a normal automatic. This wasn't even a dual clutch. He was actually faster with the automatic. And I know, automatics are a lot more boring to drive than a stick shift, especially in a road. But that is one thing they need to do. If it had a dual clutch transmission, and I reckon it could take a second off that lap, and that would put it as fast as this Nissan GTR I'm driving around Laguna Seca. For a car that costs half as much, basically. And again, I'm kind of estimating there. I don't know exactly how much this car costs. I thought it was in like $130,000, $140,000 range. Could have been less than that. I don't remember. But I know the GT350R is under 70 grand, which isn't cheap, I mean, but for what it is, it's very good value. That and the Corvette Grand Sport is also good value. That's even less. And that was a good car too. Not a big fan of the Z06. The new Z06. Motor Trend has had a lot of issues with that car, and that's the simple issue. That's the biggest issue with that car, is it's just not consistent, and that's what they were saying, and I agree. I mean, for best driver's car, you'd think, oh, they'd send the best car out there. They sent some test car that had boost issues with the supercharger, I think. So it basically was a Corvette Stingray with some stickier tires on it. It didn't really do much, honestly. Which was kind of sad, because that is a good car, I think. If they can get the consistency down, and they can get... It seems like they did with the Corvette Grand Sport, because they said it was worlds better in terms of even the handling. Like, it was more balanced and everything. It handled the power a lot better. And it's interesting while I'm driving, I just kind of go down a train of thought. And I keep changing the subject too, but I don't know, it's just kind of fun talking and driving. Ooh, oversteer there. Let's focus on driving. I didn't even think I hit the downshift button. Maybe I did slightly. There, I had my hand on the paddle ready to downshift, but I didn't think I actually did downshift. This is awesome. Do I have a handbrake? I don't think this has a handbrake. I don't know. Thread the needle, thread the needle, thread the needle, thread the needle. Stay over there. I'm trying to see what kind of laps I can get. Please stay over there. Okay, good, he did. It's fun just driving down a Scottish road or wherever this is in a really fast car, going almost 200 miles an hour. It's a fun experience even on a racing game. And this game is just in general a fun game to drive on. Because you get such a nice feel in your grip. And you don't feel like you can tell if you're on the pace or not. Like you can tell how fast you're hitting corners and where the maximum grip level is. It's just a great game to play. Like on Project Cars, sometimes I can't tell if I'm on the pace. Again, I don't want to sound like I'm bashing Project Cars, because it is a lot of fun. And I definitely believe the second game will be a lot better. In pretty much every way. Yeah, I've really been looking into the second game. I think it's gonna be the game to beat. Even though Forza Motorsport 7 has 700 cars that are all really highly detailed, I still think Project Cars 2 is gonna be the game to beat. I think it's gonna have the better physics model. I think it's gonna have slightly better graphics, better sounds, more tracks, a lot more tracks. In terms of number of the tracks, the first game was really quite a benchmark. The second game, if anything, has even more tracks. I mean, it's definitely a better variety too. Like, there's a lot more American tracks, and being American, I want to see that. There's a lot of really fun American tracks, and I know there's a lot of fun European tracks too. But it's cool to actually see tracks in the game that I've actually been to in real life. I mean, actually, I really don't know if there is any. But, you know, if they update VIR eventually, you know, somebody was telling me in the comment section on YouTube they'd like to see VIR as an update, as DLC. And honestly, I really, really couldn't agree with them more. That is a really fun track. It's a really cool track. And I've been there. And you could also compare times with like a lot of the car and driver times. That's where they test. .358. I'm getting better. Still way behind GTR. I'm just not very good at driving down these roads, and I feel too lazy to adjust my setup, so. And it is a road car anyway. I don't really think you can adjust the setup on this car in real life, so I'm just gonna leave it alone and enjoy driving. I don't know, I'm just driving more for enjoyment really than anything. I could really focus hard and try to get the max out of these apexes and whatnot, but that would be kind of useless because GTR quit. I don't know why. Maybe he was done. Now I just want to see if I can beat that time. I'll wait a little while. Maybe he'll come back. Maybe he just wanted to pick a different car. I don't know. Maybe he was just ready to wrap up. I know sometimes I get really tired, you know, after a busy day. No, not that way. Oh, come on. Sorry. I know this is just kind of a chill out room, but I still don't like when people get in my way. Alright, I'm kind of 358, and that's all I'm gonna get. This person in this. Yeah, it's kind of a cruise room, I guess, you know. Yeah, I should try a different room. Maybe I can find something different. Getting a little tired of this. I know, it's as much fun as it is. Oh, I know why he's asking if I do go-kart races now. It's in the description. I see. Okay. That's why he was asking. Yeah. Well, I'll definitely have more of those races as soon as I get my GoPro back. Let's see, I'm not really into drifting. DPC, I had no idea what DPC stands for. I mean, let me know if you know what it stands for, I don't. Password, a password required. GT4 GRF fair play. Sounds fair enough. There's only one person. Let's go room hunting. Ton. I don't know. I'm gonna go up. There's more people in some of these rooms up here. GT3 Spa Real Nuts. There's a race going on. Coffee and cars. Multi-class endurance. I think there's gonna be a password. I'm wrong. I see. So you got. It's interesting. We had Group C and GT3. So you had Group C and Modern LMP1 and GT3. That's kind of a weird combo, especially considering Group C is pretty old. But you know, be kind of cool. I don't know if I feel up for it right now. I don't feel super competitive right now, but I do want to do some sort of race. Alpha Stock Clean, that would be fun, but there's already a race going on there, sadly. Venezuela. I have no idea what cars will be. And there's a password. Why do people do that? Unless it's some racing league, I don't understand. Unless that is a racing league, I could be wrong. Oh, dang. Alright, this guy was... Alright, my computer's dying now. I need to get a charger for it. And I'll just turn the brightness down. Maybe I can conserve a little battery, so I don't have to walk away right away. And I understand it is getting late tonight. It is, yeah, it's 10:11. I get really tired after a busy day. I like, you know. GTR is still online. I get really tired after a busy day. I like watching my own video. Alright. I think he's... I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I know. Alright. A86 tune, cool. Interesting fact, my dad actually used to race in SCCA down in Florida. Oh, dang. And he raced this car. Or, not this very car, but a Toyota AE86, or they call it in Japan the True NO, I think. Also known as a Corolla. There's a bunch of different names for it, but it is a good car. It was cool. It's kind of the predecessor to the Toyota GT86 or the Subaru BRZ. And it has sort of the same sort of basic concepts, basically. It's got rear-wheel drive, it's got front engine, and a pretty low price, too. So it is a cool car. I like it. So I've also got a high revvy. It's also got a really revvy engine, too. And a similar engine to what they use in the Lotus Elise, I think. Or at least it sounds very similar. I mean, that could be my guess completely, but I know Lotus does use Toyota engines. Just wish they had a car, and I know this would be a lot for today's emissions regulations, but I wish they had built a car with the V10 from the Lexus LFA. You know, have like a, you know, they had like a Esprit, and then they had a V8 Esprit. What if they made a V10 Esprit? That'd be really cool. I know, that's just me thinking about it. But that would be really cool, I think. And that was such a cool engine. I'm surprised it hasn't been in more cars. An interesting fact, Yamaha actually did tune that as well. It tuned the sound of it, you know. And it is such a cool sounding engine. It might even be my favorite engine sound. Alright, back to lobby hunting. I don't know, man. Could try drifting, but sometimes when I get bored I'll drift, but I'm just not very good at drifting. You probably don't want to see that. RX-70, I don't know what CLIA means. Maybe they were trying to type class or something. I don't know. Well, let's see what this is. Race already in progress. It said there was 3 minutes of qualifying. Oh well. GT3 spot. Maybe he's back in this room. Maybe GTR is back in this room. Nope. I wonder, is he still playing? Nope, he's playing something else. Cruising. I don't know if I really feel like cruising. I'm sorry. Drag racing. I was doing some drag racing earlier on, and it is fun once in a while. But there are a lot of the people I've noticed, like, they just have no spatial awareness whatsoever. I swear, I can't even count the number of times that somebody's just ran into the back of me for no good reason, and clearly could have avoided it. I wonder if a lot of them, what they do, I mean, I gotta look at it from their point of view. A lot of them are using controllers, and that's probably why they're drag racing, is because, you know, like, if I try to go online, you know, with a controller, if they don't have a very good controller settings, then, you know, they're just gonna go to drag racing, you know, because they don't have to really turn. But then at the same time, it's real hard to control their car when they do have to drive up to the spot where they do the drag race, you know, so they don't really have a very, you know... And I've tried playing this game with a controller. It's extremely hard. Although, I will say, if you are one of those people who's using a controller and really struggling with the game, I can recommend Victor 0328. I can double check. He's got some controller settings that you can use for Assetto Corsa. And I tried those, and they worked really well. And I was gonna see if I could come up with my own, but it never worked anywhere near as good as his did. Victor 0328, yeah, that's what his channel was called. So, if you're struggling with the controller, if you have a controller, I'm definitely not the person to go to, but you should look at his channel. Definitely, or at least look at his force feedback settings, because I think they'll definitely help you. And he also recommended trying to drift with it first, which is kind of the opposite what I usually do with the wheels. I'll usually try to, you know, drive it the fast way around a track first. But actually, I'm doing with the controller, definitely doing drifting with the controller definitely helped me get used to those settings. Even in the matter of a day, I still got the hang of it pretty quickly. And I'm really bad on a controller, by the way, so I still don't even use it, just simply because it's not as fast. And with this game, you almost need a wheel, really. But I would still definitely look at those controller settings if you're one of those people who's just not sure if they want to get a wheel yet, you know. And I can understand. They are very expensive. It's very hard to find an inexpensive one. I really, really do understand that. I definitely didn't start out with a wheel. I started out with Gran Turismo 4 using a joystick. Alright, again, back to lobby hunting. I can't find any. It doesn't seem like there's any good lobbies. Maybe I should just... It says there's 2 minutes of qualifying, but then the race wasn't... Yeah, race in progress. Yeah, that's not what it says. March life, but then there's like one person. SRM Rice Central. I wonder if the rice refers to a ricer, which is like I don't know if this is a very accurate definition, but a ricer is basically a car that's basically looks and sound only and has completely no performance. And I'm not sure if there's really any of those on Assetto Corsa. But I'm just curious to see what the heck it is. Well, we consider these more tuners than racers, but... And there was one video on Car Throttle's channel, which you should also definitely subscribe to if you're really into cars in general. You should definitely subscribe to Car Throttle. They have a video that explains what racers are, sort of. It explains some different cars that were kind of that way from the factory. More for aesthetic reasons than sound, but I think it might also be sound. I could be wrong about that. I don't know if this is an actual legit race. I might give it a shot. See, most people are using Super, but I'll use a Skyline. It's almost as if this video is sponsored by Nissan. But it's not. I'm just saying they're good cars. Because I actually legitimately think they're good cars. I did not get paid by Nissan at all to do this. But... Although, honestly, I think about it, you know, the GTR is really the only good car that Nissan ever made. That and the 370Z is okay. It was never as good as old Z cars. I didn't like it as much. It's a bigger, heavier car, which I really don't like bigger, heavier cars. But it feels like all the other cars Nissan makes are kind of cheap. I don't know. That could just be me. I don't know, but it seems like it. Like the Versa is kind of, eh. And I'm sure there's some European models that might be pretty good, or some that are in Japan, but all the ones that are in America are, except for like the GTR that, and even this one, even this R34 GTR, you can't buy in America for some reason. Adjust this field of view because it's kind of outwards a bit. I'll try it at 49 degrees. There, perfect. Oh. This sounds better than the normal. That's a cool rev limiter bounce. You gotta like that. Alright, let's go. Oh, we got traction control in a car that's this old. Oh my gosh. This car's way ahead of its time though. Like, again, if you watch that one Motor Trend video that I'm talking about, the Ignition episode, that the latest one that goes over the different types of Nissan GTRs, they talk about R32, which is a couple generations before this, basically the same car with a different body on it, from what I heard. It was way ahead of its time. It had rear steering, which is just becoming a thing on the most advanced cars today. I mean, how cool is that? I mean, you know, Porsche and even Ferrari now are like, oh, we got those cool rear steering systems. Yeah, it's on a car. It's been on a car for quite a while because of this thing. The Japanese were really ahead of their time with these cars. They're just amazing. And I'm not saying that because I got sponsoring from Nissan. Again, like I said, this car is truly just amazing. It just revs forever, too. Like, I think, oh wait, no, I don't need to shift. I don't need to shift. It just keeps going. 8,000 RPM in this car. Jeez, I thought auto blip was on. It felt like that was a pretty crunchy downshift. I mean, I shouldn't say crunchy, that's not the right word. Unsmooth is the right word. Maybe I should try heel and toe, even heel and toe without the clutch. Or just simply giving it a little blip and double footing it. It seemed to work, but right now I don't seem to, yeah, that was over. I will vote to skip session, actually, because it does this sort of weird glitch. I don't know if it's a glitch. It kind of is a glitch. I don't know the technical definition. Well, last place, but let's see if I can do the whole 0 to hero thing. Oh. Best engine sound ever. Oh my gosh. Or up there. I got semi-slicks on this car, which I'm definitely going to say are not from the factory. A little bit of a punt there. It's like he's drifting, doing a weird sort of drift that's the wrong way down the corner. I don't know. Laggy. 10% battery in my computer, whatever, I'm not focused on the race here. The sound is so epic. I know I keep saying that, but I forgot how dang good this thing sounds. I think this is a flat 6 engine. Again, I'm not really, I just watched that one video from Motor Trend. Don't you dare hit me in the back. Thank you, you didn't. Appreciate that. Despite the fact I probably broke it a little early there. This car handles beautifully too. It drives, if anything, better than it sounds. I just did a little drift there going off the curb. Normally when you hit the curb in a car, it just freaks out and spins out. And that's in a modern day car, too. Not a car that's the same era as this. This is car's way ahead of its time in terms of the way it drives. It drives better than most modern day cars. Truly amazing. Yes, I did something I shouldn't have in the world of racing, and that's shifting in the middle of the corner. Oops. You know all the race experts are gonna get on me for that. Oh well. Sometimes I get a bad habit of doing that though. And it's something I shouldn't do. Do all my shifting in a straight line. This might be my last race for the video. I do apologize. My computer's just getting really low. I'm not downshifting. Yeah, I think I definitely... Oh, look at my time just going up like that. See, and that's the other cool thing. You can apply a lot of real race techniques to this game, and you will go fast. Like in Gran Turismo 6, you can apply a few racing techniques and whatnot to go faster, but you know, it's not quite the same. And don't get me wrong, GT6 is a fun game. But this is just still on another level. And the sounds, too. Oh. Get a load of it, man. That is just awesome. That was probably not very fast, but it sounded so cool and it bounced off the rev limiter there. Downshift to second before I go into the corner. See if that does anything. I kind of shifted in the middle, not in the middle of the corner, but I did when I started to turn there a little bit. Apparently that cost me too bad. I don't know, it looks like this is not going to be the fastest lap. Well, 1:02.3. I could get it way under that. If I really put my mind to it. But it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to try to push super hard to begin with because I have a pretty huge lead. You know, that's one thing, one mistake I make and a lot of other people make is when you're in the lead, you push hard trying to beat your lap times and then you just make a bunch of mistakes. It's not a good thing to do. Just take, you know, especially if you have a huge lead, just take it really easy. Truly. And make sure that, put down a decent pace where they're not going to catch up to you and put a bunch of pressure on you, but also put down a, you know, that was my last lap, right? I think so, maybe I'm wrong. I'll drive another lap anyway. I see him starting to catch up to me in the rearview mirror. Maybe there was another lap. I don't know. It doesn't really matter anyway. Because I did have a kind of a huge lead there. And it's probably not because of my driving. It's just simply because I kind of get lucky here. Maybe a little bit of my driving. But, you know, I just joined a random room. I'm not going to expect, like, professionals here. But I'm still not quite at that level with this game yet either. I'm close, but not quite there. My computer went blank. I don't know why, because it still said it still told me I had 8% battery. Most people gets in the bad habit of wearing my computer battery down to the last brim of things. It's not turning on. Oh well, I think this is a great spot to end the video anyway. I really hope you enjoyed it. I will see you later in another video. Also, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you really like this video. You know, it's just me driving around, but I thought I covered some pretty good things, so see you next time, and thanks. Cut it off a bit short.